about right now is I think artificial intelligence is going to displace millions and millions of workers. People are going to be thrown out on the street. I think the corporate guys who are running these companies could care less about these decisions. They're going to be made by the American people. What does that mean? Bottom line, it means that technology is going to work to improve us, not just the people who own the technology and the CEOs of large corporations. What does that mean? All right, first thought. You are a worker. Your productivity is increasing because we give you AI, right?
Right.
All right. Instead of throwing you out on the street, I'm going to reduce your work week to 32 hours. All right?
So nice. 4-day work week.
Exactly.
Nice.
And by the way, not a radical idea.
Not a radical idea at all.
There are companies around the world that are doing it with some success. The UAW, the United Automobile Workers, they had a big strike a year ago. You remember against the Big Three, remember that? Mm-hmm. And they won a very good contract, and I'm a big fan of the trade union movement. I think workers need that. And one of their demands, interestingly enough, and people thought that Sean Fain, who's the president of the union, was crazy. But Sean said, you know what, we want a 32-hour work week because our people are producing more. People think it's crazy, but the idea is catching on. So first thing to say is let's use technology to benefit workers. That means give you more time with your family, with your friends, for education, whatever the hell you want to do. You don't have to work 40 hours a week anymore. The second thing I think we have got to do is take a look, as you just said, you said it better than I said it, is what does it mean that we have so many young kids living on the internet?
Right.
All right. There are schools all over the country now who are getting cell phones out of schools. I talk to teachers in Vermont, and they say, kids' attention spans now have been greatly diminished.
Yes.
How do we deal with that? In Vermont, again, there was somebody told me that there's a teacher now who he demands that his students write with a pen in blue books now because he doesn't trust what they're sending in, that it's not artificial intelligence. All right. So if I say to you, Joe, tell me what happened in the American Revolution, you go to the chat box, you give me a wonderful essay that you know nothing about, right?
Right.
What does that mean for your intellectual development? That all you can do is press a button and give me an answer.
Right, unless you've absorbed that information.
Right, unless you have. Right. But many kids are not, and we've got to worry about that as well. So I think we have to take a deep breath on many of the things. What has been the impact of all this stuff? How do we stop the negative impacts? How do we go forward with what is positive? And it is not easy stuff, to be sure. But what I worry about right now is I think artificial intelligence is going to displace millions and millions of workers. People are going to be thrown out on the street. I think the corporate guys who are running these companies could care less about these workers. I think robotics is going to be running a lot of the factories in America. And I think these are issues we just have got to address in a bold way.